Good afternoon, Stockton. Thank you for being here today at the court. It's wonderful to see such a great gathering of leaders in our community. I want to say a special thanks to the Port of Stockton for hosting this event here. There's obviously a lot of us here, and there aren't too many facilities in our community that can handle it. I'd like to thank the Greater Stockton Chamber of Commerce for being a partner with the City of Stockton and having this State of the City event. Because it's one time when we come together as a community and talk about what our city is really experiencing at a particular time. And we know things change hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly. So we know that this is just a snapshot in time of where we are. I'd like to introduce my colleagues on the City Council, the brave men and women who are leading the city during these very turbulent times. So if my council members would please stand up. We have Vice Mayor Kathy Miller. We have Council Member Dale Pritchett. We have Council Member Susan Aiken, Council Member Paul Canova, Council Member Diana Lowry, and Council Member Albert Coleman. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. I have to tell you, this is the best group of elected officials I have ever worked with because they are determined to make a difference in this city. You should be proud of the leadership that you have elected to lead this city at this time. The title of my speech today is Making Lemonade Out of Lemons. And my daddy always said, if life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And I think that not only the nation and the state, but the city of Stockton has had more than its share of lemons lately. We're dealing with high unemployment, high foreclosures, high crime, and a high dropout rate. And if that's not enough, we've got a fiscal emergency on our hands to boot. So we definitely have lemons. How do we sweeten this? Well, we're going to get into that in just a moment. But let me tell you the truth of the matter. This great recession has not been kind to the city of Stockton. Our sales tax and our property tax income have declined from 16 to 20% in just the last 2 years. Now, you business people know what a decline like that is, because many of you have experienced that in the last couple of years. Add on top of that, we have no reserves. They're gone. No piggy bank at this time. Plus, we have a whole stack of unfunded liabilities that would choke a horse. And it's time that we look at how to deal with those. And of course, not only do we have our local situation, but we have Governor Brown and the legislature in Sacramento for doing their number on us. They are assaulting two tools of economic development that we critically need in our city. That's redevelopment and our enterprise zone. They have served us well over the years, and the governor is trying to take them away from us. Add on top of that, the Congress has reduced our community development block grant funding by 16% this coming year. Those are the monies that provide low-income housing, that help nonprofits in our community, really are an investment in building our community. And unfortunately, ARA stimulus funds are really no longer available. They helped us through there a couple of years ago, but these days they're off the table, and if we can get a smattering of them from some source, we're right there trying to get that. So basically, we're in a world of hurt financially. We have a $37 million deficit, a big hole in our budget. And we have to pass the budget by July 1st this year. And we're awash in red ink. Those of you in business know what that means. You're trying to figure out how to fix it. Unfortunately, negotiations with our employee unions have not brought forward the kinds of concessions we need to plug that $37 million hole. However, we continue to talk with our employees, we continue to negotiate. Where there's life, there's hope. I'm a supreme optimist. I always look at the glass being half full. The city of Stockton's glass is half full. We just have to fill it the rest of the way. And it's going to take employee groups, our unions, to come to the table to make that happen. But we truly need significant change in employee salaries and benefits if we're going to avoid falling over the cliff into bankruptcy. We really need that. Now, what in the world do we do to try and make lemonade out of all these lemons? Well, as business people, we obviously look, what can we do? Where can we make an impact? What are the tools we have out there? Because we don't give it up. We don't just say the sky is falling, and forget it. We actually try and fix things. And that's what the city of Stockton, myself and the city council and our leadership, that's what we're going to try and do is fix things. Because we see a bright future for Stockton. But we need to do some adjustments. We need to fix some stuff in the meantime. The very first thing we have to do, and we're committed to, is getting our fiscal house in order. We have to be able to balance our budget with the income that we have. It's very close these days. We have until July 1st, so a lot of activity is going to take place over the next month. We have done some significant things to get that fiscal house in order. Number one, we hired Bob Dice as our city manager last year. Bob has got 30 years of management experience as a city manager and a county administrator. He has been there and done that. And that is wonderful for this city, who had 3 city managers in the space of 2 years. So we know Bob is here for the long haul, and he has some skills that are going to make a difference in our situation. Plus, last fall, with your help and your support, we passed Measure H on the ballot that gave us some control over management in the fire department, a real source of the black hole that we have been dealing with in the city. So thank you for that. But that was extraordinary and historic that we were able to do that. Just recently, well actually a year ago, we passed a declaration of fiscal emergency because we believe we are in an emergency situation. Just Tuesday night, for the second time, we passed a declaration of fiscal emergency because we still have an emergency. We still have to figure out how to make do with the money that comes in, given what our revenues are, what our expenses are. Our expenses are outpacing our revenue, doubling them. So we did a fiscal emergency that will give us the legal ability to get a balanced budget, that will give us some latitude with our union contracts. We had to do this. That's the only way we could proceed. Right now, the budget situation is that we have 2 plans, Plan A and Plan B. Plan A would basically cut out another 250 employees from the city of Stockton. That is unacceptable. That we believe would put our citizens at a risk that we cannot accept. It is untenable. We have Plan B, which would ask our employees to give concessions in benefits, to pay into retirement, to give concessions in salary. We believe that's the more tenable approach, because we as a council will not put our citizens at risk. And when you talk about cutting another 99 employees from the police department, that's frightening to all of us. These days, in salary for our employees, for every dollar we spend in salary, we spend $1.15 in benefits. Now, how many of you as business people could survive doing that? It's unacceptable. We have to bring that into line with the market. We are a city that is very unique in what we provide in benefits. We have to correct that. It's not sustainable for the future. We have to make changes that are structural and permanent. And we need to continue to negotiate with our employees to save jobs and to cut those costs. because it's really about saving jobs and keeping people employed. When we have high unemployment, what are we going to do as a city? We need to save those jobs. In addition, in terms of getting our fiscal house in order, we've hired a management team that has the fiscal expertise to go in and look under every rock in the city's budget to see what is hidden there or not hidden there. They are auditing our insurance plans. They're looking at our programs to guarantee best management practices. This is long overdue for the city of Stockton. Basically, we're doing a complete fiscal examination. Much like a physical examination, this is fiscal, to really look at what we do and how we do it, to account for every single penny in every city fund. We want no more surprises.